Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 15 of What If Naruto's a Smart Prodigy. Remember to get this one to 200 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, stay in tune for What If Aizuna Uchiha was Naruto's ancestor. And over on Anime King, I'm going to be giving you a new episode of What If Naruto was from the two greatest clans. So stay tuned for that and I hope you guys enjoy. And I'm also going to be giving you What If Naruto's a Badass Genius. So stay tuned for that as well guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new, I'll be replying talking about to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last time we left off, Gaara was captured, as Naruto quickly sent out a letter towards Naruto, as Naruto and Yujito made a quick turnaround as they went back to the sand. They were joined by Kakashi and Sakura, as Naruto and Yujito decided to went after the pursuers, while the others dealt with Kankuro's injury. After coming up into a clearing, Itachi and Kisame arrived, as Naruto took on Kisame and Itachi took on Yujito. Naruto put on his mask as he activated his Sage mode, as Kisame was no match for him even though it was a fake Kisame, as Naruto created a spiraling Rasengan, using Earth Nature to blend with the Rasengan, as it was like a drill as he slammed it right into Kisame. Kisame's body was sent soaring, as Naruto then arrived and dropped a giant Rasengan straight in to Itachi's back, as Yujito felt the amount of power coming from Naruto. Even Nibi told her that there's not even a trace of the Kyuubi's chakra, it is just all him. And with that, the group headed towards the cave. After arriving, Gaara was already dead, as Naruto got pissed, as Naruto released an explosion that blew up the entire cave, as Naruto stayed back as him and Sakura faced off against Sasori, as Kakashi and Yujito went after Deidara, as Deidara ended up blowing up himself, but he was a fake of his own death. Naruto and Sakura faced off against Sasori. Sasori was no match for them, especially that Sakura knew how to open the third gate, as she's been training with Lee and Guy for this entire time Naruto has been going out training, as Naruto then vanished in a burst of speed as he drove his sword right through Sasori's heart, killing him on the spot. They then brought Gaara back to the sand, where Lady Shield used her life as she brought back Gaara to life. Some time passed as Naruto was back at Konoha, as he was training with Konohamaru, as Konohamaru was now 13 years old. Already a Chunin, as the boy has gotten a lot stronger, even summoning the monkeys to help him in his battle. But he was still no match, nowhere near for Naruto, as Tsunade was sending Naruto out on a mission, him and Sakura, to deal with Orochimaru, as they're more than capable of dealing with him now, as if they found Sasuke they should bring him back, either dead or alive, as Tsunade still didn't want to tell them that she was also behind the fact that her and Danzo made the plan to send Sasuke, but Naruto already knew about that, but he wasn't saying anything about it, as Naruto convinced her to make him bring Konohamaru along, and with that they headed off, as Naruto transformed into Sasori, the puppet form, since he was the only one who saw that. After doing that, he was talking to Kabuto, but Kabuto quickly sliced right through it, making Naruto jump away, as Sakura arrived along with Konohamaru in his mask, as Naruto slammed the Rasengan straight into Kabuto's back, and Sakura went to deal with him, as him and Konohamaru turned their sights on Orochimaru. So yeah guys, that was basically last where we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So, what do you say? Naruto turned towards Orochimaru as Orochimaru took off in the opposite side of the woods, as Konohamaru followed behind him, as Naruto followed behind them. Sakura then turned. Well, I guess I'll see if Kabuto is still alive, she said, as the Rasengan from earlier must have surely hurt him badly. Minutes later, who is this kid, Orochimaru thought, as he dodged a flurry of punches and kicks from the young Anfu. Brown here is common in the Leaf Village, but this fighting style. It kinda reminded me of Sensei, and that Asuma kid is this boy, Sensei's grandson. As Orochimaru continued to block the punches and the kicks, as he then lashed out with a kick of his own. As the kick connected, the Anvu poofed away. As Shadow Clone, this kid is good, Orochimaru thought. He then felt a presence appear behind him, as Konohamaru landed on the branch as he ran through several hand signs. Fire style, fire dragon bullet, he said. 3 streams of fire blew from his mouth, one directly at Orochimaru and 2 at 45-degree angle towards Orochimaru. The head of the fire streams turned to large dragons as they came closer to Orochimaru to engulf him. As all 3 fire dragons connected with Orochimaru at the same time, as he was sent flying through the forest. One thing about Konohamaru's jutsu was that each head of the dragon held an explosive note. The moment that Orochimaru hit the forest floor, they detonate a massive dome of pure destruction that swallowed up a great part of the forest. Naruto landed beside Konohamaru before whistling. Damn, that was pretty nice. Though, next time you should really take notice of when you're battling a clone. The fire died down as the real Orochimaru came from the ground. Orochimaru chuckled. Seems Konoha has another promising ninja in their ranks. As Sarutobi it would seem, Orochimaru said. Though, if that's your best, you cannot kill me. Neither can you, Naruto, or get Sasuke back. Whoever said that we want Sasuke back? We're just here to capture or kill you and Kabuto. That was a mission. Finding Sasuke would just be a bonus. As Naruto flashed away and landed a few feet in front of Orochimaru. As Konohamaru arrived as well. Kill me. I would like to see you try, Naruto-kun, said Orochimaru, as he lied down on his stomach and opened his mouth wide. Formation of 10,000 snakes, he said, as the snakes started to pour out of his mouth, as blades came out of the snake's mouth, as they started to point them at Naruto and Konohamaru. Naruto slammed his hand on the ground. Wood release. Browing. Carnivorous Buddha. The ground in front of Naruto exploded to reveal a large plant that looked like a fly trap, as the thing opened its mouth wide and swallowed all the snakes. But the swords were poison, so the plant creature poofed away after gobbling them up. Why not just blow him away and get done with it, Naruto? I get bored of seeing these snakes, Kurama said. Yeah, I feel you on that. How do you think I should do it, Naruto said, as he felt Kurama chakra start to flood through his system. Of course, you just want me to blast him away with your power. If you're good with it, I'm good with it as well. As the cloak came around Naruto, as 4 tails appeared, swinging behind him. Stand back, Naruto said to Konohamaru. I don't want to get caught up in this. Alright, Kurama, have your fun, Naruto said. As Naruto opened his eyes, they were now slated. Kurama placed his hand in Tiger Seal. Kitsune, fire bomb. Orochimaru feel the power build up from Naruto as he bite both of his thumbs and slammed them onto the ground. Summoning Jutsu. Triple Rashomon. As 3 large demonic gates rose in front of him. A second after rising, the gate was struck by the deadly beam from Naruto. The beam teared through the first and teared through the second, but it exploded on the last, covering it with a huge boom, disintegrating everything around. Once the explosion died down, Naruto regained control of his body as he looked at the deadly blast zone. The bottom half of Orochimaru was there, but the top half was completely gone. Why do I feel he's not done? As Naruto said that, the ground exploded with a large sword coming towards Naruto's chest with Orochimaru's head, as Naruto was faster than that as he tilted his body. A Rasengan appeared in a split second as he smashed it into Orochimaru's head, tearing it clean off. As Naruto and Konohamaru waited, but Orochimaru did not get up. As Konohamaru took off his mask, I guess he's done. Let's go and see if Sakura is okay, said Konohamaru, as Naruto just stood there, watching for a couple more seconds, until he walked off following Konohamaru. After they were gone, the bottom half of Orochimaru was split open, as another weakly Orochimaru pulled himself out. Seems that boy has gotten powerful. I can't beat him at the current state I'm in, but once I absorb Sasuke, I will have the power and no one will be able to stand up to me. He then looked around. Sorry, Kabuto, I guess your services are no longer necessary. Maybe if you're still alive, I'll come and get you, Orochimaru said, but if not. The next day, we may have not gotten Orochimaru, said Naruto as he was walking with Konohamaru and Sakura, as he looked at the slug summon that was following them with the tied up Kabuto on it. But we got the next best thing, he said. And we kill Orochimaru as well, boss. Don't forget about that. Konohamaru went to pat Naruto in the back, but Naruto dodged it. What's wrong, boss? You alright? I'm fine, Konohamaru, Naruto said. Don't worry about it. Sakura didn't realize something. Naruto, she said in a sweet tone. Don't tell me that you're a clone. And the real one went to Kumo to see Yujito. Naruto raised his hand. Well, but Sakura punched him in the face as he poofed away in smoke. Naruto, she screamed out as Konohamaru had to cover his ears. Same time, just outside of Kumo. Scouting mission, Naruto questioned. As he was walking beside Yujito. What's so special about this place? Yes, a scouting mission, Naruto. Just because I'm a Jinchuriki doesn't mean I don't have to go on scouting missions. I am one of the best at it, and I actually like these kind of missions. Plus, this is a site where several of our shinobis has gone missing. The right card, you want me to check it out? Naruto groaned a bit. This is going to be boring, he said. But she placed a hand on his cheek. I know you were expecting to have a great couple of days with me, but don't worry, once this mission is up, I promise I'm all yours after that. As she then kissed him, very deeply. Now, she said after breaking the kiss, you just rest here, and I'll be back in an hour or so. Yes, ma'am, said Naruto, as Yujito turned around to continue walking. When she was at least 20 feet away, he called out, Hey Yuji-chan. Yes, Naruto, she said. I love you, he said. Be careful. Yujito smiled back as she was internally giddy at his words. I love you too, Naruto, she said, as Naruto lay back down. As she turned around happier this time, to get her mission over with so she could spend time with him. A little over an hour passed as Naruto sat up in a lotus position. I wonder how powerful my sensor ability is when using Sage Mode. Yuji-chan probably is several miles away, but I should still be able to sense her, considering that she's walking back, Naruto thought. That Sage Mode of yours might make it to her, but are you really going to use your power just to spy on your mates? Chakra signature, Kurama asked. You can't tell me that you wouldn't do the same, Naruto questioned. I am a being of chakra given form. I don't have the same word thoughts as you. Outside of your body, I'm considered a rampaging beast that destroyed everything in my path, so I guess I wouldn't do the same as you. I might. Well, I have no clue, said Kurama. Damn. That went dark, Naruto said. And just because you're a chakra construct, that doesn't mean that you don't have thoughts. You're one of the wisest beings I know. Person, animal, or chakra construct. There is no way you don't have thoughts, Naruto said. I hope you're not believing what a shinobi said to you in the past. You're Kurama of the Leaf, and my partner, and my best friend. Plus, I know you want to find out how strong this is anyway. You're damn right I do. Fire that Sage Mode up, said Kurama with a grin at Naruto's words. Naruto closed his eyes as the red markings started to appear on his face. Alright, now to find Yuji-chan, he said, as he started to scan around the area. Maybe I'll surprise her when I find her, Naruto said, as he continued to scan the area. But he couldn't locate her chakra anywhere. What is going on, he said. That's odd. You have to cover this entire area. So where is she, said Kurama. I'm gonna find her, Naruto said, as he stood up and rocketed off the ground in a powerful leap. Naruto came down in the center of the town that Yujito was searching. Upon landing, he spread out his senses even more. After a second, he felt Yujito's chakra, almost a good mile away, surrounded by two other chakra signature. As Naruto moved off with incredible speed until he appeared in a sewer area that was closed off by a ton of rocks. Sage Art! Big baller Sengun, Naruto said as he smashed right through the rocks. Upon destroying the way, who the hell are you? A loud voice said, as he was a man with a three-pronged sight, as he had silver slicked back hair. You're ruining the ceremony I'm trying to accomplish. Hidan, calm down. That's the Kyuubi Jinchuriki, said Kakazu. He's not one to be trifled with. Naruto, said Yujito as she was cloaked in her blue chakra shroud. I'm glad you came. Naruto vanished as he appeared beside her in a sunshin. Are you okay? Of course I am, she said. I've only been going against a guy with silver hair, and he's actually terrible at fighting. The other one decided to not attack, so I've just been beating down on this guy. But it doesn't matter how much I hurt him. He keep on getting up. He is immortal, she said. Immortal? As in he can't die, Naruto said. Before Yujito could say anything though, Hidan answered for her. Yes, I'm immortal. That is what happened when you follow Jashin-sama. As he placed his sight over his shoulder. Even you and your power cannot kill me, he said to Naruto. Is that so, Naruto said. Kurama chuckled in Naruto's mind. Just because you're immortal, that doesn't mean you can't be blown to pieces. Hidan, the leader said we're not supposed to go against a 9-tailed Jinchuriki. It would be wise not to attempt anything. He can actually kill you. Hidan scoffed. I would love to see him try, Kakazu. I'd actually welcome it. Forget the leader's warning. I wonder who this leader is, Naruto thought. As he looked at Yujito, don't move, as he slammed his hand on the ground. Damn it, Hidan run, Kakazu said as he took off down the sewer path. Summoning, Toad Mount Bind, Naruto said. Hidan and Kakazu started to sprint down the sewer, as the inside of a toad started to just form all around them. What is this, Naruto asked Yujito as she never seen anything like this before. It won't catch them at the speed they are moving at. We'll have to go and hunt them down, Naruto said. And it's a summoning technique that brings forth the stomach of a toad from Mount Miyaboku. Anyway, we have to catch him. As Naruto took off in a sprint as Yujito followed him. Okay, we still don't know what the other guy can do, so we have to be careful, she said. After running for several minutes, Naruto realized they were gone. How did they disappear so fast? It couldn't have been 2 minutes since they left, and they couldn't run that fast to get away from us. As Yujito looked around and she saw no trace of them anywhere. I was picking them up a moment ago with my sensor ability and then they just poofed away, said Naruto. It's like they were summoned or something. A few minutes of searching, Yujito and Naruto seeking. It's over, Naruto, she said. They came and then they ran. I'm not hurt, or did they get to me? There is no need to try to find them, as you said. They were summoned. Naruto's sage mode started to fade away. He then looked at Yujito. Piggyback ride? As he felt the weight appear on him as she rested her head on his shoulder. I'll take that as a yes, Yuji-chan. Sweet dreams. Time skip. Halfway to Kumo, Naruto felt that finger poke him on the cheek as he turned his head to the direction as he received a kiss from the now awake Yujito. What was that for, Naruto asked. You told me that you loved me first, Yujito said. Meanwhile, in a large tree several miles away from Kumo, he tried to get us killed by attempting to face down 9-tailed Jinchuriki host, said Kakazu as he was talking to the leader in spectral form. I did allow him to face a Nibi Jinchuriki alone. When? We could have captured her fast if it was the two of us. But then the Kyuubi Jinchuriki arrived, and he's so close to her it will be difficult to get her, and difficult to extract the Biju with him close around. I suggest taking the tail beast 3 to 8 before attempting to grab her. Kakazu, what the hell, are you just gonna? But he was silenced by the leader as Hidan turned. Quiet down, Hidan. You made the right decision, Kakazu. Luckily, I gave you each a rod to summon the both of you out of the area. If not, you may have to go against that boy. We will also follow your suggestion of taking Nibi last with the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. Me and Konan will handle those two. You two worry about capturing the Gobi at this point. Dismissed. Once the two members of the Akatsuki was gone, a swirl appeared next to the leader as the masked man stepped out. That boy's becoming a nuisance, but I knew this would happen, considering his relationship with the Jinchuriki. Is that power you said you have for me ready yet? I would like to get him out of the way now, the leader said. Almost. I'm working out the details, but if it works, I believe you will enjoy 7 pair of eyes on the battlefield, rather than 6. As pain widened his eyes. Don't worry, in due time. As with that the masked man left. Meanwhile, with Naruto and Yujito, they were talking about something, as Yujito laughed as he made a joke, but then he got really serious. We need to talk. I thought we were talking, she said. That is not what I meant. It is serious, he said. This is it? Did I do something wrong? She questioned herself internally. Kitten, just ravish him right here and now, and get him out of that mood, said the Nibi. Naruto, what's going on? Yujito asked with concern in her voice. Naruto sighed. We've been dating for over 16 months now, and honestly, you never once made me a sandwich. A few seconds passed with Yujito not saying anything. Alright then, she said in a sweet voice. I'll make you a sandwich, and then I'm gonna choke you with it, she said, for scaring me like that. That's not funny. Naruto chuckled. I'm sorry, Yuji-chan. It was a cruel joke, but we're almost at the gate. Don't worry, I'll get you back for that later, she said, as Naruto let her down off his back. You gonna be okay going in, he said. Of course I am, she said. Suddenly, Naruto felt a raging chakra coming towards them. As a second passed as Raikage crashed down, as he was covered in lightning. Raikage-sama, said Yujito. Save it, Yujito. Are you hurt, he asked, as several ninjas came up behind him. And what is he doing here? He does know this is Kumo territory, right? As Yujito started explaining herself, Naruto looked at the several shinobis behind the Raikage. It was Darui, Samui, Shi, and Karu and Amoy. 3 Jonins and 2 Chunins, combined with Akage. Wonder why they're here. Can't be me, I just got here, Naruto thought. But he was cut out of his thoughts by an angry shout. I'm gonna kill that Akatsuki bastard, Kaoru shouted, as she took her sword off her back and charged at Naruto. As she sliced at him, but Naruto stepped back as she continued her assault. Kaoru, stop! He's not the Akatsuki. Don't you recognize him? That's Naruto Senju, Amoy said. But she wasn't hearing any of it. As Amoy started to mumble, Naruto Senju is dangerous. He's a S-rank criminal in the bingo book. I know the Raikage here, but he's a Jinjulki of the strongest Biju the Kyuubi, even stronger than B, the 8-tails. What if Naruto get angry and go all out on Kaoru with all of us here? What if he go all out, 9-tails? Half of Kumo could be destroyed, or worse, the Raikage could get. As Samui blew out a sigh of relief upon seeing Naruto. Darui looked around. I guess we came out here for nothing. That Akatsuki thing was false. Or was it, Yujito? Said Darui. Were they really here? Yeah, they came. It was 2 of them. It seems that thing about Pierce is really real about them. The last 2 I met were in Pierce, Deidara and Sasori. This time was a guy named Hidan and another named Kakazu. I only got to face Hidan because the other didn't want to attack. I was handling myself well. I even landed several killing blows, but he just wouldn't die. He was immortal. But before I could continue, Naruto appeared, and they ran off because they were scared of him. Saying something like their leader doesn't want them facing him ever, Yujito said. A nodded as his cloak vanished. That's good, we received word that mission was a trap set up by them, and we were on our way to save you, A said. As he looked out at Naruto, who was still dodging Kaoru's slice, as she still tried to cut him in 2. I am guessing I have him to thank, even though he shouldn't be here at the moment. Why is he here, Yujito? Some type of scroll to deliver. I didn't know that Konoha was sending another, said Shii, as Yujito blushed a little. Samui picked up on Shii's obliviousness. He's here to see his girlfriend, Samui said. As Shii's, Darui, and Amoy eyes widened. How dare you, said Kaoru, I'll kill you, but she then came to a stop. You're Yujito's boyfriend? The one she dreamed about in her sleep and said weird things like Foxicon? Naruto stopped as he blinked as he rubbed a hand behind his head awkwardly. Yes, I do believe I'm that guy. But Foxicon, huh? As Yujito face turned red from embarrassment. Naruto then felt killing intent directed at him again. As he saw it was she. I'll kill you, she shouted as he went through hand sign. Lightning illusion. Flash, lightning pillar. As Naruto was placed under a small illusion, but that was quickly blown away as Naruto's chakra spread out, breaking the ground underneath him as she appeared behind him. Die, she said, as he leapt in on Naruto. But he then saw darkness. Everything just suddenly turned dark. This must be a genjutsu. While she tried to break the genjutsu, A walked over to Naruto. Thank you, Naruto. Kumo owes you a great death. Had it not been for your intervention, Yujito could have been the next victim, besides from the Ichibai of the Sun. As Yujito looked over at Shi, who was trying to break the genjutsu that Naruto placed him in. His real name is Shi, but they shorten it and call him C. Seem like how Killer B, and they call him B, and the Raikage they call him A. As Naruto nodded to the Raikage, as he extended his fist, as the Raikage bumped fists with him. But you are on Kumo territory without permission, A said, making Naruto's face drop at the serious, unexpected comment. Since I came out here to face off an S-rank opponent, and since you're the only one I see right now, it could only be justice for you and I to spar. A spar? Why would the Hokage want to spar with a Jonin? Naruto said. You're far too humble. I heard that you're the next Hokage to be, and I'm far too intrigued by your skills to let you get out of this. Yujito has been telling me all about you, and I want to see it for myself. Right now, Ace says he threw off his Kage robe and threw it at Darui, who caught it. Is this really necessary, Raikage-sama? We already know who will win. Naruto is probably not even fast enough to hang with you, said Karui as Naruto vanished in a Shunshin. As he appeared beside Yujito, Yujita, Naruto said, scaring Karu by his sudden appearance. As Naruto smiled, he then turned back to the Raikage. How about a wager? A wager, the Raikage said. Why not? What are your stakes? If I impress you or win this spar, Yujito, come back to Konoha with me. And if I cannot accomplish that, I stay here and become a Kumo resident instead. It actually is allowed due to the terms of our agreement. Everyone's eyes widened at that wager. Couldn't believe it. We will be gaining a valuable asset if the Raikage takes this bet. He can just knock the kid out immediately. But then again, Raikage-sama, didn't seem surprised when Samui announced that Naruto was Yujito's boyfriend, so he might actually allow Yujito to go off with their lover. It will be dull. This is just a waste of time. I could be doing better things with my time, Darui said. Can someone please get me out of this genjutsu? I want to see the Raikage kick this kid ass, said C, as he was still trapped in Naruto genjutsu, even though he couldn't see, he could hear. Naruto, I can't believe it, that's crazy. You know for a fact that you wouldn't be able to win against the Raikage. And even if you could, it would just cause an unnecessary power struggle between the villages. And I'm sure the Raikage already know that. But he's impressed with you. This is just a spar in actuality. Naruto has already won the bet. And that means we will be together more often, Yujito thought with a smile. And you know what that means. 24/7, 365 days. He will be able to give you that sweet hammering. But Yujito cut her Nibi off before she could finish a sentence. A chuckle. You have yourself a deal, Senju. But of course no killing or main blowing. And the victor of the spar is when the other knocked the other one out. Or the other gives up. As Naruto nodded. Well, let's get to it, Naruto says. He took off his flap jacket and the black shirt he had under it, leaving him shirtless. Karui blushed immediately at Naruto's chiseled upper body. Samui blushed as well, but it was less noticed. The orange fox that was on Naruto's right arm started to glow as Naruto let his chakra flare. Ready when you are, Raikage-sama, Naruto said, as he get into a fighting stance. Alright. Go, the Raikage says. The both of them dashed forward, slamming their fists together as it created a shock wave. As the both of them vanished in a blur. With the spectators, I can barely see a thing, said Karu. To think that Naruto guy taijutsu is powerful enough to match the Raikage. That's crazy. True, he's good, but the Raikage hasn't activated his lightning coat, and he isn't going all out on him. Once he does that, he will be all over since Naruto won't be able to handle his speed, Amoy said. Yeah, that's true. The Raikage is the fastest man alive. But then again, Naruto has his way to deal with faster opponents. Yujiro thought as she continued to watch the two exchange blows. Finally, I can see again, C said, as he was released from Naruto Genjutsu because Naruto was involved, the Raikage at the moment. C then leaped over to Yujito. Yujito, how can you date one of those leaf dog? As he said with a slight distaste as he said leaf. Yujito never answered him as Samui answered for her. C, you'll have to get over it. Yujito is head over heels for that guy. And besides, your 12-year-old crush on her needs to stop. It happened hasn't since then, and it probably would never happen since the Senju boy. Wait a minute, said Darui. See, you mean to tell me that when you were 12, you had a crush on an 8-year-old? It's not like that, C said, as the group just stared at him. Pedophile, said Karui. Meanwhile, Naruto grabbed the Raikage at the back of his neck. He's good, but not strong enough, as the Raikage got up to his full height. He then spun around and drove a fist straight into Naruto's gut. Naruto was blown back, but he stomped his foot into the ground, stopping himself. You'll have to be stronger than that if you want to toss me, the Raikage said. But Naruto then smirked. As the Raikage heard a fizzling sound, he placed an explosive note on me. How clever, the Raikage said. Boom! The note exploded with tremendous force as the Raikage was clouded by dust and debris. With the spectators, wait, did he just blow up the Raikage? Amoy said. Oh no, know that he's blown up the Raikage. Now we will have to go to war with Konoha over this. And war means that eventually someone will be conquered. What if we lose to Konoha? Then I'll have to be a slave and work in the field for the rest of my life, he thought. He didn't get him, it was close, but the Raikage is fine, Darui said. But it seemed like the Raikage is gonna get serious with Naruto. He could have been killed if he did not activate his jutsu in time. True, it doesn't matter now though, it's over. Naruto cannot compete with the Raikage's speed. But Amoy kept on cursing in his mind as he went over all the scenarios that could happen. Back with the fight. That was a close one. If this wasn't for the cloak of mine, I may have actually been killed by that, the Raikage said. As his lightning cloak started to dance even stronger as his hair stood up. Well then kid, let's see you deal with this. He then disappeared in a burst of speed as he thrust it towards Naruto's face. But Naruto tilted his head just in time. What? The Raikage said surprised, until he noticed Naruto's new appearance. There was an orange cloak that was surrounding Naruto, but his was more fiery. And there was a black seal that appeared in his chest and his stomach. You're definitely Namikaze's son, to be able to dodge my punch. Yes, he was the only one who can do that. Now, Naruto said, shall we continue? as the two begin a sequence of faster taijutsus that was just blurred to the ordinary people. 20 minutes passed by as they were slugging fist after fist until the Raikage grabbed Naruto's wrist and twisted him around and threw him over his shoulder. Naruto flipped in the air and came to a stop. You won't be able to beat me in taijutsu fight. If that is all you got, then welcome to Kumo. Even noticed black markings started to spread around his body. What is this? As he immediately lost control over his cloak as it vanished, as his chakra felt disturbed, as he dropped to his knees. What is going on? It's Fuin Jutsu. You didn't think I was just touching you to touch you, right? As realization started to set in, as the Raikage noticed Naruto's touching him at various spots, and when he placed that explosive tag on his neck. Ow. Wood style, nativity of the sea of trees. Trees started to burst from the ground as they were tearing towards the Raikage. The trees smashed into the Raikage, planting him to the ground with tremendous force. He's good, Naruto said. I wonder how long I've been fighting a clone. Probably in the explosion from the earlier explosion that I placed on his neck. As he saw the Raikage burst into lightning, signifying a lightning clone. What did you expect? All of these Kages are good. If not, they wouldn't deserve the title of Kage, said Kurama. Well, you do realize one day I'll become Hokage. Does that mean I'll be good, Naruto asked. Probably good to some of these weak humans, but compared to me you're nothing but a fly. I'll earn your respect one day, Naruto said. But not right now because I have a Kage to impress. As Naruto turned to the left to see the Raikage. Nice skills there, kid, but you should really notice when you're battling a clone. Naruto laughed as he remembered told Konohamaru the same when they were battling Orochimaru. He even brought his hands up in the ram seal as he let off a massive explosion of lightning. The lightning bomb started to tear away the trees as it pushed itself towards Naruto. Damn, that's impressive, Naruto said as he bit his thumb. Summoning quadruple Rashomon, Naruto said, as 4 demonic gates spring from the ground in front of him. The Raikage Jutsu hit the first gate and tear through it, but he was stopped by the second gate. Orochimaru must suck at making these gates, because he used 3 and Kurama tear right through the 3 of them. The Raikage Jutsu looked powerful as hell, even stronger than Kurama's, seeing that he was not going all out with that. And he only got through 2 of them. Naruto then felt a massive spike in chakra. Never mind, here he comes. And I'm sure he will be able to take down the remaining 3. And I have to time this just right. As Naruto noticed, his second gate was blown through, as the third gate was as well, and his last gate was starting to crack. As Naruto ran through 2 hand signs as he ended on Tiger, as he came smashing through the last gate. This is my father's, the strongest, said the Raikage. Hell stab. He then came to a quick stop, nearly giving himself whiplash. As he saw himself being sink into the ground. As Naruto was also being sinking into the ground as well. Swamp of the underworld, Naruto said. Worked like a charm. As A looked out to see Naruto poofed away, as he was now at the edge of the swamp with his hand in the snake seal. Wood style, laughing Buddha technique. As a large wooden hand emerged, ready to smash the Raikage deeper into the swamp. A smiled. I haven't had this much fun with an opponent since Namikaze. You are indeed impressive, and his son. As A powered up his cloak to 100%. This is the only way he's going to come out of this. As he exploded out of the swamp. It's been fun, he said. He smashed right through the hand. But I'm afraid this spar has come to an end. You'll have my answer when you wake up, whether you won the wager or not. Until that time, Namikaze, said A, as he disappeared in a blur. Until that time, Naruto heard the voice behind him, as A simply chopped Naruto in the back of the neck. Damn it, Naruto said. The last thing he saw was Yujito's smiling face before he fell unconscious. A day later, just outside of Konoha, Sakura and Konohamaru were just outside. They had stopped at a clearing, so that is why they are so late right now, as Kabuto was still tied up on the back of the slug, as he was continuously being sedated by it. Sakura-san, said Konohamaru, it seems like Naruto-senpai is not here, and we are at Konoha. What should we do? Sakura was about to answer when an enormous smoke cloud appeared in the path in front of them. Konohamaru immediately went on defensive as he jumped in front of Sakura, but Sakura simply walked by him, as a massive amount of confetti shoot out of it along with fireworks and steam. What? Said Konohamaru, as he saw a large toad holding up a thumbs at him from a lance filled with leaf. He's a fox with 1,000 skills, the sage over mystery and vegetation, and the Jinjulki with the prettiest cat for a lover. He is Naruto Senju of Konoha. We nailed it this time, Naruto said. Yeah, we did, Yamakashi said. All those hours of practicing finally paid off. Well, it's been fun. Until next time, bro. And bye, Yujito. As he disappeared in a poof of smoke. Boss, that was awesome, said Konohamaru. As Naruto smiled as he got compliment after compliment. As Sakura just continued to walk, as she was joined by Yujito. Hey Yujito, said Sakura. Hey Sakura, please don't tell me that Naruto introduced himself like that every single time, Yujito asked. Sakura nodded her head. That's embarrassing, said Yujito. I can't imagine how you have to feel going through that. I've only seen it once and it was too much for me. Hey Yujito, not to be rude or anything, but why are you here with Naruto in the first place? Do you have a scroll to deliver? Asked Sakura. As Yujito pulled out a scroll and handed it to Sakura. Can I? Asked Sakura. Yeah. As Sakura opened it. As Sakura read it. What? You're moving to Konoha? As Yujito nodded. Wait, how did this happen? When Naruto got into a spar with the Raikage, and they had a little wager. Flashback. One day ago, Naruto woke up. As he was in Yujito's bed. Oh, I'm in Yujito's bed. That means I'm still in Kumo. As he sat up and rubbed the back of his neck. Damn, the Raikage can hit hard. Boss really does owe me for this. As Yujito stepped into the room. As she was fondling her breast. You know, with this jutsu, you could make her do anything you want, said Monetabe. Can you get this over with already? Said Yujito. Alright, Naruto said. As the shadow from Yujito's feet came up. As Naruto jumped out of it. As the thing on the bed was just a wood clone. I really dislike that jutsu, Yujito said. Well, I had to do it, Naruto said. I couldn't just lose to the Raikage. Now could I? Or win either. So the best thing to do was to use a wood clone. And he didn't even notice. And if he did, he didn't really care or acknowledge it if he did. Plus, it's even better. I got what I wanted, Naruto said. Yujito smiled. And what's that, she asked. Well, Naruto said as he closed in on her lips. Hey, a voice said. As Naruto and Yujito turned to see a clone at the doorway. How come you get to do all the loving and we do all the packing? Why are you guys getting so angry and rebellious against me lately, Naruto asked. I mean, it's crazy. I'm your creator. The clone dropped one of the pair of scrolls with Yujito belongings in it. I apologize, boss. I'm just sad that you gave the second clone lingerie duty. Just look. As they turned to see a clone buried in a pile of Yujito's skimpy lingeries. Damn, Naruto said. Alright, I'll handle this. Alright, everyone can take a break and enjoy the party, he said, as all the clones in the original went off, straight over to her skimpy lingeries. As a tick mark grew in Yujito's head, as Yujito flexed her claws. Naruto, she said with a sweet smile. Oh shit. As she released righteous fury upon them. End of the flashback, and after that Naruto and I made haste to come here. He summoned his clone and we got here, said Yujito. Wow, that's bold of Naruto, and crazy of your Kage to just allow that. For him to be willing to give up a Jinjulki like that is amazing for him. He must really care about your happiness to allow you just to leave with Naruto like that, said Sakura. True, he has been like a father to me, so I'm guessing he has just been looking out for me. But then again, this will also cement our alliance, and we will be more than friends, more than before. There can be true peace between our villages, and Naruto probably know that. Of course I did, sweetheart, Naruto said, as he was behind Yujito. Welcome to Konoha, Yuji-chan, he said as he picked her bridal style. As the both of them vanished in a sunshine, leaving the others at the gate. 15 minutes later, Hokage's tower. Come in, said Snazzy, as Konohamaru and Sakura came in. Wait, where's Naruto? Don't tell me he left you all again. Sakura was about to answer before a strong breeze blew into the office. Why would I do that, Naruto said. Naruto, you have to stop leaving your teammates like that. What if they get ambushed by themselves? You could have taken them with you, Snazzy said. Well, if I was away, and I'm not saying I was, Konohamaru could handle it well enough. Plus, why do you keep insinuating that I left them? Hi, Yujito, said Snazzy as she glared at Naruto. Hi, Snazzy-sama, nice to meet you again, said Yujito. That doesn't prove anything. She could have just come off with her own free will, Naruto said. As Snazzy then noticed something off about the both of them. Naruto, why is your claw mark ripped through your shirt? You're also missing a shoe while Yujito's hair and ponytail. are messed up. Couldn't it wait, she asks. I mean, it's just been 15 minutes since you guys got here, right? As Naruto scratched the back of his head. As Nade sighed. As Yujito just blushed red. Team 7, report back from the A-Ramp mission, she said. As Naruto went over the information to what happened. Alright, so I'm guessing Sakura, said Snidey after they finished giving the explanation, that you take Kabuto to the torture and interrogation department. As Sakura nodded. You defeated Orochimaru. Does that mean he's dead or did he get away? Asked Snidey. Of course he's dead. Naruto blew his head off with a Rasengan, said Konohamaru. Despite the condition he was in as we left, I'm sure he lived, Naruto said. As Naruto combed a hand through his hair and did hand signs to Snidey that was unnoticed by the rest of the group. Snidey simply nodded. Well, good job, team. And also, you got his right-hand man, she said. I'm calling this mission a success. The both of you are dismissed, she said to Sakura and Konohamaru. As the both of them left, as Snidey smiled, it seemed like your other mission was a success as well. You had the other mission, Yujito asked. As Naruto reached and pulled out a scroll from his ninja pouch. As she opened the scroll, wow. Me coming to Konoha was already planned, she said, looking at Snidey. Yes, me and A has already been discussing this. And this is the result. Welcome to Konoha, Yujito. Wait, so this wasn't spontaneous at all. You planned this, she said. Naruto vanished and appeared beside Snidey as he gave her a kiss on the cheek. Sorry, Bachan, have to go, he said, as he jumped through the window. You get back here, Yujito said as he jumped after him. Meanwhile, Sasuke was sitting in a room, as Orochimaru was in a room far away. It's time. Soon. Just one more week. And you will be mine, Sasuke, Orochimaru thought to himself. As he thought that, Sasuke opened his eyes to reveal the Mangekyo Sharingan. So it seems it's time. Naruto, you better be here. I need you for what we're about to plan. I need this plan to be accomplished. I'm sure that you will bring Sakura along with those other ones. As Sasuke got up and walked out of the room to prepare for the week at hand. Meanwhile, in a hidden hideout, the fourth tail has been successfully captured. The leader said, Kakazo and Hina will go for the Gobe in a week's time. We will reconvene then for the season of the five tails. Dismiss. As the members went off, after they were gone, a vortex opened up. Is it time, the leader asked. The figure nodded. Let's go. It will take a week for you to return from this surgery. As Pain smiled. Your time will come. Soon, Senju Naruto, he said. But guys, will be any episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this or know what to do, like, subscribe, comment down below and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And stay tuned for the rest of what is coming your way. And I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. And remember, if you're new, to go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the anime making family. And thank you for all of your help and support, guys. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. But for now, I'm out here. See you guys soon. Peace.